Radiguet was in there, where he was going to throw in a belting round. Alienazers were rounded up to watch the show. Back in the new skybase, the plan to rescue Guy, Ikarai, and the others was now in action. We found the location. I can't believe Kimberly forgot her morpher, said Hochi. That girl can be so ditty sometimes. I hate you! I hate you with the fiery passion of a million Foreman grills! Hoji, I think I'll go with you. It was my fault Kimberly got kidnapped, said Trini. I do have to admit she can be pretty forgetful. Ah! No problem, said Hoji. Well, at least you'll feel less guilty when the mission's over. But I'll take punishment for my actions nevertheless, said Trini. And me too, said Deputy Commander Guy. I'd like to see how this new guy is. If your theory is right that he could turn evil, maybe I'll beat sense into him. Trini, I guess going on this mission serves as your punishment. Yes, sir, said Trini. Then on board the Gokai Galleon, said Captain Marvelous. It's after all a house as well as for us Gokaijers. The Gokaijers, together with Deputy Commander Guy and Trini, were there. Akared and Cole decided to show up. I think our tandem should go too, said Cole. Akared and me can lend a hand when we're one. The Gokaijers boarded the Gokai Galleon with Akared, Cole, Deputy Commander Guy, and Trini. Kimberly, I hope you can forgive me for being rash, said Trini, still guilt-ridden. Back at the ring, the extra rangers were now fighting like crazy. Kimberly stood on a platform in her slave girl attire Radiguet forced her to wear. Could this get any worse for me forgetting my morpher, said Kimberly, who grew red with shame. Radiguet then appeared on the platform, seated on his throne where she was to entertain his guests. He held her against her will for his sadistic pleasure. Well, Kimberly, you know that I could really torture you that much in many ways, as it's a shame for me to mutilate a beauty like you. You who rightfully belongs to me, the Dark Overlord of the United Alliance of Evil. Only if you accept me now, you can come down from that platform, said Radiguet. I'll never be yours, said Kimberly, putting on a brave face. I do have other alternatives. Everybody fight, said Radiguet. Burn with guilt as you refuse me then. Such a beauty is a waste to burn in the flames literally. Release some innocent civilians to be slaughtered in front of her. This defiant woman will learn to pleasure her evil overlord. Kimberly witnessed some alien civilians were taken for entertainment. Radiguet took joy in seeing the situation as the now feral spandex heroes were fighting like crazy. They were all killed in cold blood. No, stop! Shouted Kimberly as she began to weep sorely at the sight. It only takes one word and I'll release them, said Radiguet, who only intended to insane Dudley double-cross her. Kimberly was horrified that she could not speak at all the unspeakable horror she saw as the civilians were murdered. The entire arena was now filled with contestants now possessed. However, Quantum Ranger and Samurai Ranger were filled with some visions. They were the ghosts of Shurikenja and Nados. Eric, why are you fighting against them? Both Super Sentai and Power Rangers are on the same boat. The boat of justice, said the ghost of Nato. I didn't choose you to replace me for the battle for nothing. Cam, listen to me. You're under mind control, said Shurikenja. I returned shortly after my demise to help the Ob Rangers and Hurricanes win. You are now in my place. Listen, Cam, get over it. In the process, Radiguet was getting disgusted at the lack of entertainment. Kimberly was trying to feel some relief, but Radiguet had given the hand signal, ordered Green Ranger, Abare Killer, and Gokai Silver to intense the show by attacking Samurai Ranger and Quantum Ranger, forcing them to kill each other. But in a nick of surprise, the Gokai Galleon appeared, causing the audience to run away. Deputy Commander Guy finally appeared and morphed into Black Condor. Red Conqueror appeared to find the location. I'll leave you for now, but I will come back when needed, said Red Conqueror. Well then, long time no see, Radiguet. Missed me after you killed me once, said Black Condor. Curses, said Radiguet. But regardless, this arena is still mine to control. Now it's time to put them into unison. Well, Kimberly, watch the show and enjoy it while you can. Your days as a ranger is over, and your days as my trophy has begun. Radiguet grabbed Kimberly and positioned her near the control area where he hopes to kill the others in one fell swoop. Well, my lovely, look and see the fate of your friends, said Radiguet. Now you will share immortality with me. Radiguet is not immortal! It's just stupid feelings that keep most people deluded. Kimberly was in tears, but Radiguet could care less if she liked him or not. He was somewhat addicted to her, sorry as any sadistic man who would hold a woman against her will. She could not speak a word in her fright. Green Ranger began to lead the hypnotized heroes to devastate the Gokaijers. The Gokaijers tried to reach Gokai Silver, but to no avail. Trini morphed into Yellow Ranger 1, helping the other endangered civilians escape. Guy Ikarai, remember us, said Gokai Red. I have no friends, said Gokai Silver. You will all perish. Gokai Silver began to beat the crap out of the Gokaijers, leaving them badly beaten. Black Condor was in fury and decided to fight Gokai Silver bare-fisted. Guy versus Guy. Guy Ikarai, face Guy, said Black Condor. There is no Guy Ikarai, only Gokai Silver of the United Alliance of Evil. Black Condor began beating up Gokai Silver with his fists. When Gokai Silver realized he hurt the people most important to him after Black Condor held him hard, making him stare at his comrades, his mind control broke while tears filled his eyes. "What the?" said Ratigan. "What is going on? The dark energy that fills them is losing its grip." Just then, in an instant, when Gokai Silver was freed, the unison control broke, freeing the extra heroes. "What have I done?" asked Green Ranger, who had a headache. "Maybe you should ask yourself. You were under hypnosis." "No time for that. Ratigan has kidnapped Kimberly. I wonder what he wants with her," said Yellow Ranger 1. "What the?" said Green Ranger. "That bastard!" "We must save Kimberly at all costs," said White Ranger 2. "Then we must fight," said Green Ranger, who began to play his dragon dagger in anger. "I guess we have a task to do," said Gokai Silver. "Mind if you lead us?" said the Green Ranger. "We'll follow your lead to finish the day. We're all pretty much worked out." "Very well then, let's see how you do," said Black Condor. "It'd be interesting to see you fight, other guy." Gokai Silver began leading Green Ranger, White Ranger 2, Quantum Ranger, Gao Silver, Samurai Ranger, Abare Killer, Deca Break, Machi Shine, Gao Silver, Geki Violet, Geki Chopper, Go on Gold, and Go on Silver to fight. Ratigan can be seen threatening Kimberly by holding her neck. "As you see, my lovely, there are consequences to refusing an evil overlord," said Ratigan as he held her close. "As said, I'd rather be dead than submit to your evil desires," said Kimberly. "Be disappointed. I won't kill you until I declare you boring," said Ratigan. Just then the heroes entered into the room. "What the?" said Ratigan. "Guys!" said Kimberly. "Tranza, Basco, Long, get them," said Ratigan. "Oh, do I have to?" said Basco, upset. Ratigan then fired bolts to show he meant business, then teleported to the control room with Kimberly, chaining her up without saying much of a word to keep her safe. He was going to use her for some reason. Oh, I forgot that he does it twice. Oh. "Yes, sir," said Basco. They began to attack in unison, but the powers of Gokai Silver's rage of having rampaged his friends against his will together with the others merged into one. They managed to beat out Long, Basco, and Tranza. "Take that," said Gokai Silver as he beat Basco with his Gokai Spear. Just then it was Long's turn after a long run. "Maybe you can take some of my fury," said Long. "You'll pay for making us hate each other," said Geki Violet and Geki Chopper as they managed to hit Long's weak point spots. They managed to crowd him, causing claustrophobia to show up. Geki Violet threw Long into the air and Geki Chopper flung him towards Tranza. "Being immortal doesn't mean invincible," said Long as he was thrown against Tranza. "I'll show them," said Ratigan, who then tried to use his powers, only to realize that the passion of the Super Sentai and Power Rangers defeated him and his consorts with a big blast. "I told you this was a bad idea," cried out Tranza. "Shut up, Tranza!" said Ratigan. Just then Ratigan addressed the USSPRA. "This is just step one of my plan. Even if you defeat me, a darker plot is about to unwrap. As you know it, I have baited you here because of the efforts of the dark energy has its side effects. Well, I will keep coming back. I may have lost now, but it is merely a partial loss. Kimberly, I will return for you, I promise," said a defeated Ratigan. At the control room, Green Ranger changed into a Zeo Ranger 5 to cut the change. Kimberly and him embraced as he reverted back to Tommy. Trini was with him too. "Kim, I'm so glad you're safe," said Tommy. "Oh, by the way, really hot out." Fuck! At the new Sky Base, the Gokaijers are in the infirmary section. The Rangers who were influenced by evil energies are undergoing some kind of treatment as they had a delayed trauma. Ratigan somehow planned it all. "Guy, your friends are in good hands now," said Chiharu. "Mom will begin your registration soon. See you then, Guy. Me and Hoji will eat out." "Sorry if I beat you all like that," said Guy Ikarai. "I guess I don't deserve to be part of a team anymore, guys." "Don't be too hard on yourself, Guy," said Captain Marvelous. "You were under mind control. I'd be doing the same in that situation. Deputy Commander Yuki will be glad to have you around. But we're all so proud of you leading the others to victory. You did us a great favor," said Doc. "But Basco is back, and I wonder who'll be next," said Joe Gibkin. "I wish we had our Gokai change back," said Doc. "Then we'd be stealing the powers of others. But now we've got something more than Gokai change. We've got Gokai pals. After all, we did restore the timeline back to normal by preventing the legend of—" "Nobody knows what the fuck Luca is talking about!" Guy Ikarai simply wished that the Gokaijers will get well soon. Author's note. Oh, fucking hell. Are we still doing this? This episode is where Guy Ikarai first appears. In fact, I felt like that while Operation Suicide was too brutal an episode, this one was meant to be darker and to at least start showing Ratigan's sadism at a much higher degree and Kimberly's predicament to show how heartless he can be towards women he fancies. Remember, he was obsessed with Maria, but she received no better treatment. If he finds them too hot, he may decide to play around until he retires them. But as of this fanfic, not very likely for Kimberly, but we'll see. Also here, there's a chance to build a new chemistry between Tommy and Kimberly as well. The scene where Tommy forgets her morpher is a tribute to Umeko's predicament in Deca Ranger. Fuck you! As for the ghost of Shurikinger, here's my little explanation. Although he may have returned in the events of Alba Ranger vs. Hurricaneger, in this continuity it's like Guy's return as a ghost in Gokaiger. In short, he was a ghost. So that's a little bit of that. Also, the Gokaiger's injury here was supposed to happen to the Shinkengers, except Takeru Shiba as well as Jaden, out of Takeru Shiba's carelessness. In the retroactive entry, Not Exactly Samurai, which should have allowed Takeru Shiba to lead the PR Samurai team for one episode. Plus, this happens to be the longest I've written so far. XP. As of right now, corrections are still needed as well as suggestions of what fans want for future episodes. We want this fanfiction to burn in hell! Ugh. You know, there are a lot of factors in deciding what is truly the worst chapter of this story. Be it the narrative structure, the characterization, the continuity, how much fan pandering there is, I mean, this is fanfiction after all, and finally just how offensive it is on a personal level. And this is, without question, the worst chapter in the latter category. Before we can even move on to the next chapter, tomorrow I'll be releasing a separate video going into why what happened to Kimberly was an all-time low. Akizuki, if you ever watch this story, watch this Let's Read in any way, I hope you pay very good attention to what I have to say tomorrow. Because it proves what a sick and disgusting human being you really are.